Hello and welcome back to another episode of Real with Ryan. In today's video, I'm going to explain the differences between the free and paid versions of ChatGPT, explain a few of the differences in the language models, put both models through a series of prompt challenges, and let you know if ChatGPT Plus is worth the price. I have some previous videos using the free version of ChatGPT, so feel free to check the description or links below for those. But without further ado, let's hop into the differences between ChatGPT free and ChatGPT Plus. Now let me start with a few of the basic differences between the free version and ChatGPT Plus. First of all, there's a price difference. ChatGPT Plus does cost $20 a month. There's a few features that this accesses. The first is you get 24-hour customer service. The free version of ChatGPT does not provide customer service, and the paid ChatGPT Plus provides 24-hour customer service. ChatGPT Plus also provides faster processing times and processing priority, meaning that anyone who's paying for ChatGPT Plus will have faster times in their requests and be prioritized even during peak processing hours. Now, while these features of ChatGPT Plus are nice to have, the real magic for ChatGPT Plus comes with the language model upgrade that ChatGPT Plus runs off of. The free version of ChatGPT runs off of GPT 3.5. This is also the language model that most people using a variety of different AI services are used to. Now, ChatGPT Plus operates off of GPT-4, the newest version of OpenAI's language processing model. There's a handful of things that GPT-4 as a model are touted to improve over GPT 3.5, such as creativity, the ability to process visual input and images, as well as the ability to process 8 times as much text input and output. The combination of all of these features means that GPT-4 should be a much more capable language processing model and is able to accomplish creative tasks better, has the ability to think or problem solve in a more intuitive way, and is even performing much better at standardized tests such as the bar exam or the biological Olympiad. As another fun fact, GPT-4 is what Duolingo is using to run their AI programs on the Duolingo app. All of these upgrades sound pretty nice at the surface level, but what I want to do is put this to the test with a series of challenge prompts for both the ChatGPT free version and ChatGPT Plus to see if the upgrade is worth the price. Okay, to start off, we're going to be using the free version of ChatGPT. The challenge prompt I'm going to start with is have the free version tell me a joke about a spider and a dog and see what it comes back with. The joke it gave me: why did the spider invite the dog to join its web design team? Because it heard the dog had a great woof sight. I'm not sure if I really get this joke, but it at least tried to tell a joke. I didn't laugh. Maybe I just don't understand it, but that's the free version. Now let's take a look at ChatGPT Plus. One thing to note as I'm going to start with these challenge prompts is that whenever you pull up the page and have a Plus membership, you can now choose which model you would like to use. So you can use the GPT 3.5 for the fastest speeds and everyday tasks, or you can select GPT-4 for a more advanced model and reasoning. One thing to note, at the time of recording this video, it looks like GPT-4 currently has a cap of 25 messages every 3 hours. So there is a limitation for how much you can use GPT-4. Once again, let's have GPT-4 tell a joke about a spider and a dog. Okay, and this might just be preference, but the GPT-4 joke I do think is a little bit funnier than the first version. I at least understand it. Why did the spider bring the dog to the comedy show? Because he heard the dog was a barking good time. But the spider needed help because he always webbed his punchlines. Still not the best joke, but I feel like I at least understand that one better than the free version. Moving on to the next challenge prompt, I want ChatGPT to create a 5-day per week exercise plan for me. In 2 of those days, I want to practice jujitsu. I want to have 1 day of cardio and then 2 days of lifting weights. Let's see if it can take those different directions and create an exercise plan for me. And this isn't a crazy exercise plan, but it did go ahead and create a 5-day exercise plan. One thing to note is it put both weightlifting days next to each other. I probably wouldn't do that, but it did create a plan for me. I am putting the prompts and responses for this in a Google Doc that you can find in the description below if you want to have access to these prompts or take a look at the specific differences between the free and plus version. Now let's have ChatGPT Plus create my exercise plan for me. Okay, I do want to take a moment and pause on this workout routine because I do feel like this is one area where GPT Plus has really nailed it compared to the free version. One, it gives some useful context. Then on each of these workouts, it has a good structure to the days in which you would want to train, but it also breaks down the specific training days into the actual exercise and how you would do that training. So I actually think this is a fantastic level up from the free version of ChatGPT. Okay, moving on to the next challenge prompt. I want ChatGPT to create a 1-minute TikTok video script explaining the differences between ChatGPT free and ChatGPT plus. And honestly, we have a pretty impressive script, including some visuals from the free version of ChatGPT. And now let's have GPT Plus create a 1-minute TikTok script. And once again, the paid version of GPT Plus does seem to have a much nicer script and answer, a little bit easier to digest what it's trying to say in this script. And I like how it describes a little bit more about some of the visuals that would be added into this script. So I think this is a pretty good example of how the GPT Plus can be a little bit better than the free version. We have another challenge prompt, and this time we're going to have ChatGPT free do some math. This has been an area where ChatGPT has notoriously struggled with. So let's give it a fairly routine algebra equation and see if it can solve this equation and show its work. Okay, and even though I've heard some people having issues with the free version of ChatGPT, it does look like it was able to solve this algebra equation successfully and provide the work and steps required to solve that issue. Now let's see if we can have GPT-4 or GPT Plus solve this math problem for us. Okay, and it definitely went and solved the math problem, and it gave a little bit of explanation as to what it was doing. I think I might actually prefer the free version compared to the GPT Plus version here. I think if I were to have done a more challenging math problem, that's where the differences in these models would have stood out. And I think GPT Plus would be able to handle much more complex math problems. But both of these models handle this pretty well. I might even prefer the free version and how it broke down the solution. Last but not least for these challenge prompts, I want ChatGPT free to give me an attention-grabbing YouTube title for this video that explains the differences between ChatGPT free and ChatGPT plus. And here we have Unleashing the Power of ChatGPT, free versus plus, what's the difference? And now we have ChatGPT free versus ChatGPT plus, unveiling the future of AI conversations. And like I mentioned, all of the prompts and responses I will be posting in the description below through a Google document if you want to check out and read those responses for yourself. But that is going to do it for today's video, where I compared some of the differences between ChatGPT free and ChatGPT plus. Now, at the time of recording this video, it does cost $20 per month for ChatGPT plus. In my opinion, while there are much more capabilities and the model is more refined in GPT-4 and ChatGPT plus, I do think that most people can get by using the free version of ChatGPT. Now, if you are someone that is a power user or a frequent user of the free version of ChatGPT, I think that you will find that the priority processing times, even during peak hours, can be really useful for you. As someone who uses ChatGPT free myself, there are times I get frustrated by the traffic and how slow the model can process.
I also think that if you are someone that is doing more technical types of prompts, such as doing math problems, doing creative work, doing coding development or engineering, the ChatGPT Plus ran off of the GPT-4 model is likely going to have a much stronger capability and be able to assist you a lot more than the free version. So overall, I think $20 per month is likely a fair price if you are someone that falls into that camp of a power user. For most people, I would recommend just trying the free version of ChatGPT, and if you start to use it very frequently and become someone who relies on ChatGPT for any type of work, you may consider upgrading to the Plus version. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up or consider subscribing, as it helps me create more content. And let me know in the comment below if there's any other types of video you would like to see regarding AI. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and as always, thank you for keeping it real with Ryan.